In the Street Fighter universe, power is often earned through strength, spirit, or destiny. But Necro and 12 are different. Creations born not of fate, but of cold, calculated science. Both were brought into existence by the secret society's G Project. Designed by Gil, Emperor of the Society, and led by its tyrannical president Urien and the genius scientist Dr. Wu. These beings were engineered to be weapons of the cult, designed to serve a purpose far beyond their own understanding. Necro, once a man whose body was torn apart and rebuilt with genetic enhancements, seeks revenge and redemption. His journey is one of survival and identity, a desperate attempt to break free from the forces that reshaped him into something monstrous. Meanwhile, 12 was created for a specific purpose, a tool for Urien, who sought to forge a weapon entirely under his own control. 12's cold, calculating mission to hunt down Necro and Effie, the woman who saved him, a sign of its successful programming. Their stories are tragic, intertwined, and marked by the haunting question: can something made to be a weapon ever truly be free? Necro makes his playable debut in Street Fighter III New Generation, where his quest for vengeance begins. Seemingly a blend of Blanka and Dalsim, with stretchy limbs and electric attacks, his mutated body gives him incredible reach and power. But beneath the surface, he struggles with the trauma of what he has become. Necro was once a man named Ilya, tricked and subjected to horrific experiments that transformed his appearance and turned him into a weapon of war. His primary target is Gil, the enigmatic leader of the secret society, who not only betrayed Necro's trust, but also used him as a test subject for his own mysterious plans. However, after infiltrating a base of the secret society, Necro is tricked by Gil once again, becoming entangled and trapped in a building which is set to self-destruct. However, Effie, seemingly another survivor of the society's inhumane experiments, saves him from death, becoming his anchor, the last reminder of his lost humanity. On a side note, Effie can also be seen in Second Impact and Third Strike as one of the Judgment Girls, a group of young women who decide the winner after a draw occurs at the end of a round, and the pair feature in a background of one of Street Fighter V's stages, showing they are still on the run from the society. By the time of Third Strike, however, Necro and Effie's lives have become one of desperate survival. On the run like fugitives, they are constantly hunted by the agents of the society who seek to reclaim the data contained within Necro's body, which could threaten the very society itself. Necro fights not only to protect Effie, but to find a place where he can finally be free from the endless cycle of manipulation and violence. Their bond is more than just necessity, it's a fragile connection between two souls scarred by the same dark past. A connection that grows into love. Their ongoing struggle and their intertwined fates add layers of tragedy and humanity to Necro's character, showing him as more than just an experiment. He's a survivor, trying to reclaim his shattered life. While not the most popular or well-known character in the Street Fighter roster, his story paints an intriguing portrait of a man caught between monstrous transformation and the lingering fragments of his former self. But the Secret Society's vision doesn't end with Necro and his rebellion, and in the shadow of failure, they turn to something worse. Not a man seeking freedom, but a creature built to obey. Enter 12. Twelve is a bizarre and often overlooked fighter, low in damage, but uncannily mobile, and capable of shapeshifting with its super. It's often seen as one of the strangest entries in Street Fighter history. Bioengineered as a weapon and developed by Dr. Wu and Urien as the successor to the failed Prototype 11, who appeared as part of DLC in Street Fighter V, 12 represents the perfected model. Possessing a fluid, shape-shifting body like its predecessor, it is designed to adapt and mimic its enemies' techniques and appearances. However, 12's form is far more advanced and stable, making it an almost unstoppable biological weapon and assassin. Urien's goal with 11, and ultimately 12, was clear: to create a weapon entirely under his control, one he could use against his brother Gil, the Emperor of the Secret Society, securing his own dominance over the cult. 12, therefore, is essentially a living weapon, devoid of personal will, only programmed to obey. In Third Strike, 12 is dispatched to track down Necro and Effie, in order to retrieve the valuable data within Necro's body. Its presence adds a chilling layer to the story, a relentless entity who symbolizes the cold, calculated cruelty of the Society's experiments. But beneath that exterior lies the subtle tension of a being grappling with its own existence. 12's ending in Third Strike hints at a growing self-awareness, possibly questioning its role as a mere tool. In the sterile quiet of its chamber, 12 looks on, not with curiosity, but something more unsettling. A glint in its eyes, as if, for the first time, it wondered who, or what, it really was. Though 12 itself has little personality, its existence raises haunting questions about identity, humanity, and autonomy. Can a creation born purely for destruction find its own purpose beyond the will of its creator? Necro and 12 serve as reminders of the consequences of unchecked ambition and the blurred lines between humanity and calculating experiment. Necro's desperate fight for identity, freedom, and love stands in sharp contrast to 12's cold, adaptive nature, a perfect weapon that may have even gained self-awareness. Though they remain on the fringes of the Street Fighter roster, their stories deepen the series' lore, with themes of survival, control, and what it means to be alive. With Street Fighter VI centering on Neo Shadaloo, their return as playable fighters seems unlikely. But if the red and blue flags of Nashal hint at the secret society pulling the strings behind the scenes, we can't rule anything out. Necro could even join up with Ed's group. They are searching for victims of Shadaloo's experiments, but would they turn away those similarly harmed by another organization? And given 12's shape-shifting abilities, he could potentially become anybody. In a world where fists often decide fate, Necro and 12 remind us that some battles are fought between identity and programming, and sometimes even a weapon can dream of being human. Necro and 12 might not be the stars of Street Fighter, but their stories cut deeper than most might think, haunted by what they were made to be, and searching for what they might become. And if the story expands on the Secret Society's dark secrets, we may at the very least glimpse them in stage backgrounds or subtle lore hints. For now, Necro and 12 remain enigmatic shadows, waiting quietly for their next chapter. If you enjoy diving into the strange and bizarre corners of Street Fighter lore, drop a like, subscribe, and let me know which characters you'd like to explore next. And until next time, be excellent to yourselves and one another, and I'll see you soon.